Welcome everyone to the Pantheon. I'm your host Ray Schoenberg, and it's the third Monday of the month. It is September. I get to review a Razzie nominated movie on this day. Today's review is Trading Paint, starring John Travolta. The movie was released in 2019, and it is one of the two films that Travolta was nominated for a Razzie. The other one was a movie called The Fanatic, directed by and written by Fred Durst. Ironically enough, after shooting this film, Trading Paint, Travolta had about I think a week or 2 weeks off between shooting Fanatic. So this was his not his best year. I think it was shot in the spring of 2018, and both films were released in 2019. So, Trading Paint. The first 6 minutes and 11 seconds of this movie is probably the best parts of the film. You have a race between the son, played by Toby Sebastian. His name is Cam Monroe. Travolta plays Sam Monroe, the father. Sam is a retired veteran racer, an accomplished, highly regarded, highly respected champion racer. His son has taken over the business. Now, because they haven't won a lot of races, the money isn't coming in as well. So on the very first race you're seeing, the son is about to take the race. It's about to win it. But then, of course, the engine blows, and then he gets frustrated. The son is experiencing a lot of things going on in his life. His wife is almost pregnant, is about to give birth. They have bills. The racing circuit isn't making the money that they need to sustain themselves, and he is now thinking about going to the rival. Sam, his father's rival, who's been played by Michael Madsen. So in that 6 minutes and 11 seconds, you've established the film really well. After that, the next shot you see is over the lake. It is a budding relationship between Shania Twain's character, Becca, and Sam Travolta. This is Shania Twain's first legitimate acting role. She has various film credits, but she's always played herself or a version of herself, or she's played her, on the screen. This is her first time playing a character named Becca. She's credited as, and she does this role really, really well. The relationship between Travolta's character and her character, Sam and Becca, is growing. It's a budding friendship. It's admirable. It's sweet, and it's one of respect and understanding one another. And I think it really translates with the actors. I think it translates on the screen too, because I think that appears to me that Travolta and Shania Twain had a really good working relationship, and it transfers onto the screen. And you could tell how Travolta is a very caring and giving actor, and allowing space for Shania Twain to really get into the role and work against him and work with him, sorry, and it works really well. So I have to give my hats out to Shania Twain for her first acting role. It was really well done. Now, that's the best I can say about this movie. When you get past the 8 minute mark, it pretty much goes downhill. Starting off with the son, Cam Monroe, who played by Toby Sebastian. He says that whoever wrote great lines for him. He's giving delivery where there's a tension between him and his father, tension between him and his wife. The articulation of what he's saying is good, but his performance is like Bruce Willis walking through a film. There's from here on up, there is nothing going on. Like he's not selling it. So when he's having that that after school special moment with his father about him, and the dealing with his mother's passing, because here's Travolta as a widow who's moved on, dealing with the financial obligations, dealing with taking up with Michael Madsen's character, portraying, going behind his father's back. The idea where they should have like a really meaningful father and son impacting, like confrontation, like arguing. It's not there. You don't feel the stakes with this guy. There's no emotional weight behind what he's saying. He's saying the right things, but there's nothing to go behind it. And that really brings this film down. Now, Travolta in Trading Paint is the glue. He has charisma. He just excels in it, even if he's not trying. It's the only thing that allows me as a viewer to keep on watching this movie. Everyone else, it's just boring. I mean, they have their parts. Shania Twain is probably the best. Other thing that is the other best thing about this movie that actually works. The relationship between her and Travolta, and him overcoming the demons of his wife and the loss of his wife, and coming to terms with that, is good. but like there, it doesn't really get resolved in any way that really works with the film. The relationship between the father and the son overcoming the odds, and the son becoming a better person or learning some sort of value, it's bad. So yeah, this movie it should have been went to streaming. It only when it was in theaters. It was in theaters, believe it or not, for 1 week, and it had a domestic release, I guess, across America or in select cities. It made about 9 grand for its 1 week, which means no one saw this film. It's unfortunate, and rightfully so. I never heard of this film. If you're wondering, have I never heard of Trading Pain? No one's heard of Trading Pain. I asked my friend of mine, he thought I was talking about Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. I go, people know that film, and that's like from '81. This film came out in 2019, and no one's heard of this film because no one went to go see it. And it made 9 grand, so it totally bombed the box office. It's from a first-time director who's done a lot of shorts and things overseas in his home country. It's earnest. It's the shooting of the actual circuit racing is mediocre at best. It's not much. I'm not a master craftsman in shooting or cinematography, but it could have been shot better to give you more action, more gravitas between the scenes. There's a big accident sequence which is shown in the trailer. You see it here. It's okay, but in terms of the actual racing and the drama of the race, there isn't nothing there. It's just visuals. It could have been a stock race. They just could have been talking about it. Doesn't really hold a candle to a lot of racing films, even like whether it's Drive with Chris Hemsworth, whether it's Free Jack with Emilio Estevez, whether it's Days of Thunder with Tom Cruise. I mean, those films, as diverse and separate as they are, because Estevez's film had just like 3 seconds, and it was just stock footage. But this film isn't all that great, and unfortunately, it fails on a lot of fronts. Is it worth watching? No. If you can find it streaming, watch it on streaming. It's probably because it's free. You're not really paying for it, or it's already prepaid. I don't even know what net, or if it's even streaming on what kind of network. Whether it's Hulu, Netflix, HBO, not HBO Max. I don't think so. But like, if you could find it, you can watch it. But realistically, not worth your time. Not worth your time at all. So with that, I'm your host, Ray. Next month is October, so I won't be doing a Razzie nominated review. I'll be reviewing Halloween films. So it's the 13 Days of Halloween. I'm going to get to reviewing some really good scary films. Well, not scary. One of the earlier films I just watched recently is Malignant. And man, that's a film. It is crazy, cuckoo bananas. But that's actually had more fun with that movie, and it's over 2 hours long. And this movie was not even that close, and it was just prodding and painful. So my voice is going. But anyways, I'll see you next month with the new. Next month with the Halloween reviews. I'll see you in 2 months with my next Razzie review, which I'm not sure. Oh, yes, I'll be joined by Chelsea. We'll be reviewing the movie Cats. That'll be on November 15th. That's our next big thing. Chelsea has gone on to do other, she's gone abroad. So I'm doing a Zoom call with her to review Cats. It's kind of, the quality of the sound isn't that great, but it's actually that review was actually kind of fun, actually. So I look forward to reviewing that with you in the coming months. But until then, I will see you actually on Friday with Evie with our their next review. Well, for now, take care. Bye.